Hi, today I'm going to show you how to change a flat tire. At What She Ought to Know, this is one of the things that everyone should know how to do. If you ever find yourself in this situation, please drive to a safe location, whether it's in a parking lot or in a side street. Stay off the busy streets if you can. And if you're on a highway, maybe you should think about calling a professional to change your tire. It's extremely dangerous. Or if you can drive off onto the off shoulder to get off the highway, those are the better options for you. Once you've found a safe location to change your flat tire, there's some things you should do first. First of all is turn on your hazard lights. This will notify the other drivers to take caution when they're driving around you. The next thing you should do is you should apply your emergency brake. After that's done, you should go to your owner's manual. It'll tell you step-by-step procedure on how to change your tire. It will give you specific information about how far you can travel and what speeds you can go to. Every vehicle is different. Once your vehicle has got its hazards on, its emergency brake, and you found a safe, flat area to change your flat tire, extra precautions you should take is I purchased these cones at Princess Auto. They're very inexpensive and they fold down so they don't take a lot of space in your vehicle. Placing this behind your vehicle lets oncoming traffic know that they need to take caution when they're driving around you. And if you are coming up to a vehicle that is stranded at the side of the road or that has car troubles, please change lanes and give them as much space as possible. It's extremely important. Safety first. So place these behind your vehicle by the white line or by the lane, a good 25 feet behind to 50 feet. After you've done that, it's really important that you secure the tires. You can either find a boulder or a rock to put underneath the tires, or I purchased these, they're called wheel chucks, at Princess Auto for a pair for $3.99, very inexpensive. They too fold up and down, and it's good to have, and it doesn't take up much space. You wedge them underneath the tire, make sure they're nice and flat when you've wedged them in there. This way it prevents the vehicle from rolling forwards or backwards. So if you're changing a tire at the rear of the vehicle, you can place these at the front of the vehicle and vice versa. So make sure it's wedged in real good, front and back. After you've taken all your safety precautions, you put your hazards on, emergency brakes, you've put out your cones, you've stabilized your wheels. Now it's time taking the spare tire out. Remove the spare tire. If you have one of these as well, sun blockers for your car. The ones that have the foil on them are really good for winter in case it's snowing and you want to prevent yourself from getting wet. And also some of them, if you don't want to attempt changing a tire, or or you're in distress of some kind, you can put this in your windshield to let somebody know to call the police if you don't have a mobile phone. So this is a good thing to put down, easy for your knees. And it will help you. After that, you will remove the jack. All jacks are different. Some of them you'll have to look at the owner's manual how to remove them. But this particular vehicle, this is wedged on pretty good. This is the tool that will loosen your bolts. What you do is you just loosen this up and turn this until it comes loose. Once that's done, if you notice on this jack, there's a hook here. This hook goes into a lip underneath the vehicle, and it'll show you where to place it. Place it closest to the tire that you're changing. I'll give you a close-up after I've got it jacked up, and that's where you'll place that. But before you jack up the vehicle, there's one thing that will save you lots of time and headache, is you are to loosen up the bolts before you jack up the vehicle. Because if you try to loosen them when it's jacked up, the wheel might keep spinning, and it'll make it that much more difficult. This way it gives you leverage. The vehicle's in a stable spot right now, so you can really pull on it. So that's what I suggest you do. So I've now got the jack placed in the location where it should be, and now I'm just going to pump it up. As I pump up the tire, or the vehicle, I want to get a close-up to show you exactly where you place the jack. This isn't hard at all. It's actually very easy, and I don't mind it. I've got stuck before when I was pregnant, and I got to this part, but I didn't know where to put the jack. The instructions on the manual wasn't very specific, and I had to wait for somebody to come by and help me. So once I've got the vehicle jacked up, I'll show you exactly where some of the jacks can go. I always thought it had to go right under the vehicle somewhere on the frame. So that's not true. So now that it's jacked up, I want to take a picture to show you exactly where it is. Now that the vehicle is jacked up, I wanted to give you a better idea of exactly where the jack goes. So if you can see, there's a lip that it hooks up onto, and that lip runs from the front of the vehicle to the rear. So whichever tire that needs to be changed, you're going to place the jack closest to that flat tire. So I hope it gives you an idea. You can see how close to the edge it is. So now I'm going to continue to loosen the bolts. I have one safety advice. Once the vehicle is jacked up, don't place any body parts underneath the vehicle, because these jacks aren't that stable. It could fall on you at any time, so it's best to make sure that you're a good distance away from the vehicle and the tire as you're taking it off. Also, no passenger should be in the vehicle when you're changing a flat. Nobody's to be in the vehicle. So I'm going to now continue to remove the bolts. Once you have the hub removed and your flat tire, you can roll it away. This here is just a demonstration. This isn't a flat tire, but just put it out of your way from now at the back of your vehicle. Lay it down. Grab your spare, and you can put your spare on. Once you have your spare tire on and you've screwed on all of your nuts, you're going to start tightening them, and you're going to tighten them crisscross. It's almost like, you know, when you used to draw a star, you would go this way, this way, this way, this way. So just keep crossing it over. So you're going to start here. And I'm just going to keep going back and forth. Now that it's down on the ground, I'm going to tighten each nut, crisscrossing again. Because you don't want this tire to fall off. As you can notice, this spare looks like it's a little low in air. But that's why it's a good idea to every now and then make sure you check the air pressure in your spare tire. In your owner's manual, it will tell you how fast you should travel and how far you can go on a spare tire. This particular model is 80 kilometers per hour, and the furthest you can travel is 50 kilometers. So you need to get to your nearest repair station to have them service the flat tire. With that being said, I hope you enjoyed this segment of learning how to change a flat tire at What You Ought to Know. I hope you remember to drive safely.